Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm tripping balls.
You just told me that before we started.
I decided it was worth repeating.
Well,
I'm Jen.
I'm Neal.
We're two people who love talking about reality TV. We also date each other.
You're from Canada.
He's from America, and if you don't like couples talking to each other, we don't act like we like each other that much. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why I'm telling that. I know, like, you hear that a boyfriend and girlfriend, which, by the way, in your 30s, can we come up with a better word?
Partners.
Okay, so we're partners. That sounds, howdy, partner. That sounds worse.
We're from Texas, partner. Yeehaw.
Neither of us are, in fact, from Texas, but we do love, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team. I'm going to sing that on every episode till they sue me.
Well, that's not even the...
Don't put that out. They couldn't, because of the 10-second rule that I made up.
That's not even the Netflix song now, so...
Is there a Netflix song?
No, there's not, so...
Why do shows think they're too cool for an entrance theme?
They spend millions of dollars on market research and surveys and opinions.
Gordon Ramsay wasn't too proud to make terrible CGI every season for the Hell's Kitchen
and
intros.
He still does.
That was some producer's teenage son who needed an internship with the company who did that on the computer.
Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team.
Okay, now I don't think we can sing it more than once.
Oh. Is that our F word limit?
I'm making up the rules as I go. There are no rules here.
So what are we talking about?
Oh, guys, hey, do you know why I'm out of the atmosphere? Because I took a gummy. That's what I do. That's the point of the show, kind of. I mean, it's the setting of the show. I have taken a gummy. Neal has not. What else do I tell you every episode? I'm a teacher.
I'm not.
I've never been drunk in my life, but I like gummies. Today was the last day of school, and I'm a teacher, and I'm celebrating. But you know who I wanted to celebrate with? You.
The people.
I met you, Neal.
Oh. Well, we're speaking, so we gotta be a little more Pacific than that.
Don't say that. Don't say Pacific. I know you're saying it as a joke, but, like, there are real grown people out there saying that word instead of specific.
Okay.
Okay.
What should we talk about?
We should talk about Winnie cuddling up with you right now. We have 3 cats. We live in Canada. We love it here. But I would also teach in America.
You want to be near TJ Maxx.
Oh, gosh. Here's the thing, though. But Canada has TJ Maxx's. We just don't live near one. So maybe we just need to move somewhere in Canada that has a TJ Maxx.
I just said you want to live near TJ Maxx. I didn't say I had to be in America.
Okay. Let's move somewhere random. It's so expensive to live anywhere, though. Gosh.
Near a TJ Maxx.
Like, how are people living? Yeah, that's the other thing about me is I don't like driving. So, like, having to drive to a TJ Maxx, I have no interest in that.
Do they do delivery?
Like, no, they don't have a website because they have one-offs. That's the point of Winners. Our version is Winners, but we also have TJ Maxx. We also have Marshalls. You guys have Marshalls. We have Home Sense. You have Home Goods. And it's the same thing. It's like the offshoot that mostly sells furniture. None of those have websites because they get the overstock.
Right.
If you need it, it is there. What does the old meme say? You go to TJ Maxx and TJ Maxx tells you what you're looking for.
Right. Well, who will deliver my 7-foot diamond leopard?
I know that trend is like, okay, if you don't know what we're talking about, on TikTok or the social medias, whatever they are, I'm too old for this shit. People go into, say, Marshalls or TJ Maxx and will say, and pretend one person's the customer and one person is the employee, and the customer asks for something. It's like, hey, do you have a 4-foot lamp that's in the shape of 2 mushrooms with a rabbit with peace sunglasses on in the middle of it? And then they'll be like, oh, is this what you're talking about? And they'll hold something up and it's like it's whatever they just described. Like, why does, I can't think of an example, a skeleton riding a unicycle that is also a candle holder, it doesn't exist anywhere else but Winners. And that's my favorite thing about it.
Yeah.
Winners, tell me what I'm here for. Oh, name brand. This is a commercial for Winners now. But, like, you want name brand makeup? Perfume? Shampoo? Shoes? Now the good TJ Maxxes have luxury sections. Go get your Prada at TJ Maxx. I'm not too proud to get my Prada at TJ Maxx. To be clear, I've never owned a Prada bag in my life. Yeah. Gosh, I want to move. Neal, would you like to talk?
You know so much more about TJ Maxx than me. I just know, like, hey, you want your gourmet jelly beans or, like...
the stuff at the cash register he's talking about. Because he pays zero attention as we walk through the store, and then it's when you're standing there waiting, having to do nothing.
They get me. That's what it's there for.
Rainbow belts. Both rainbow belts, the candy, and also probably literal rainbow belts for your pants. It's just the best place.
Yes. Also, are we doing Love Island or are we just doing Ultimatum?
We are watching, it came out today, the Ultimatum Queer Love Season 2. We are not even finished the first episode, and I have so many thoughts. So many compliments. Is the whole show out, or is this weekly?
It says final episodes July 2nd, which I'm guessing is...
So, like, we have a bunch now and a bunch later? Could you confirm? Could you Google? Just to let the people know, because I don't want to say that, hey, you can go binge something right now and there's only, like, 1 or 2 episodes. That's not a binge, you know? Like, I'll be disappointed if this is the only episode here today.
This might actually be the only episode.
I am not well. Okay, well, that's good then. We want people to be able to listen to this in between. That's why I feel bad about the Love Island podcast that we can't get them out until way after.
This says 7 episodes today and then 3 next week.
Okay, we're watching all 7 today.
Oh my gosh.
Haven't had a good binge like that in a while.
The Bear came out last night, everybody. Like, we need to watch The Bear, too.
And what was the other one?
Ironheart.
We're in the middle of that. I'm not really paying much attention to that. No, there was another one. Oh, Squid Game. Comes out at midnight, right? Well, it'll be out by the time we post this.
Right. It'll be out tomorrow.
We have to stay up all night.
And the director said it's not going to be a happy ending, so, like...
No!
Not a happy ending in terms of Squid Game. So people are predicting what, like, the whole rest of the season is
Spoiler
basically
alert,
spoilered.
I guess potentially. Is spoilered? Is spoiled?
Spoiled. I guess it is spoilered too.
I guess it is, yeah.
So, like,
weird, that's a verb.
If you're gonna watch it and you haven't watched it yet, since this will be out, it'll already be out. Like, don't look online and search anything Squid Game.
We're not going to say anything right now because we don't know anything, or at least I don't. Do you? Have you been dodging?
I don't.
Be honest.
I know general stuff, but I don't know how anyone dies.
Okay.
I don't know the ending. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming mostly everyone dies.
It is Squid Game.
I bet our main dude isn't going to make it off the island.
No.
One way or another. Although I love him. He's such a good actor. He was in the new that Star Wars Acolyte show, which bombed and they didn't get a second season. He was the best part of that show by far. He learned English just for the role. He didn't know what he was saying, but like he was the highlight, and I hope he gets more parts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw him come out on the Jennifer Hudson show, and I think they were singing in Korean.
They did do Korean for him, yeah.
And I'm in a really emotional state right now, and that's basically enough to make me cry. Are you laughing at me or mocking me? Or genuinely crying?
I'm laughing with you.
Okay. Thanks. The Ultimatum.
Ultimatum Queer Love, not the regular Ultimatum.
Here's why it works so well.
Break it down.
So it's all women in relationships with women. If there are any of the cast who identify as non-binary, I apologize for saying women. But I don't think anyone has introduced themselves that way to each other yet. Anyway, obviously we will clarify if we keep talking about this show. It works so well because you can go for anyone. So in the Ultimatum, when it's just
heterosexual couples.
Yes, when it's heterosexual couples, you only have, so you can't stay with your current couple. So the girls have 4 guys to choose from, and the guys have 4 girls to choose from. In this, you have everyone but your current partner and yourself to choose from. You have 8 choices.
Yeah.
One of the girls right now already is interested in both of the people in the relationship. Where she's like, this has never happened to me before. Like, to like both people. That's why it works so well.
Yeah, it
has the potential for so many more sparks and like realizations. And also the biggest kudos I wanted to give it was how deep their conversations are already.
Oh yeah.
Like
the regular version, everyone's so shallow.
Occasionally there's a connection that people help each other explore what they really want and who they really are. I think some beautiful friendships have formed from it. However, as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that the main 2 who come to mind are from season 1 of The Ultimatum Queer Love. The blonde girl, who she came back to be on another show.
Right.
And the girl she picked, they had nothing romantic, but they created such a beautiful bond.
Yeah.
Like a supportive friendship, and they were real with each other, and they helped each other understand their worth. And that's why I just think women are better at this. Because they're more mature. These conversations are beautiful. This is the stuff I want to watch. They're calling people, like, we've had 2 conversations now where the person you're talking to has acknowledged how what you're putting on your partner must be really difficult for your partner. That's hard to hear from an outside perspective.
Right.
Like, there's one girl who is Lebanese. So this is her first relationship with a woman, and her parents are not accepting. So what are her options?
Get back together with a man, or basically lose your family.
Me and Neal talked about before we started this. Do you live a double life? Like, is that acceptable in the culture that I go home, like, I live in a different city than my parents. I go home to visit my family. I go alone. I don't take my girlfriend. I don't talk about my girlfriend.
But, like, you're not going to be able to do that. Even if your partner's understanding, that's going to be so exhausting.
Like, for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And sad.
Sad and exhausting. And then what if your fan has other people over? Then the web just grows.
Oh, such a good point. And so the girl she was talking to said that has to be hard for your partner, that you haven't gathered the courage to face your family, basically. To tell them this is who I am and to be honest about it.
Yeah.
And it's wow, that perspective of seeing it from the partner side of, I'm issuing you the ultimatum because we're never going to be able to get married ever unless you address your family. So you either address them and it goes one of two ways. You decide it's not worth it, you break up with your partner, you mend things with your family, and they at least accept it. They don't have to be happy about it, but they can accept it. Or do you drop your family? Because in another conversation, this was another part of that conversation. She said, she was talking to someone who said, I have a chosen family. I'm not close to my family, which actually is something I got to segue just for a second to Love Island that I saw someone talk about on Reddit. They were like, for once, I would just like someone to say, yeah, I'm actually not close with my family. We don't have a good relationship. I needed to separate myself, because everyone is like, oh, I'm so family oriented. And then the other person says that too. And it's like, oh, that's such a green flag. It's like, no, I think the majority of people, whether you're looking for chosen family or genetic family, want some sort of connection.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I got here.
I mean, in general, you're just very invested in all these deep This is literally the opening. Everyone's getting to know each other.
We're 40 minutes into the first episode.
And it's so, it is a stark contrast into what the regular version of the Ultimatum does. And I really feel like you're just picking whoever you initially vibe with, as the kids would say.
Right, because we're making you choose right away. Give them time to get to know each other.
Yeah, so
how can Netflix get it so right and so wrong? Because I guess they hire different producers, but it's so weird because Netflix puts its name on it. So shouldn't it have some sort of standard? Wait, Netflix isn't Love Island. I'm getting mad at Love Island. That's Peacock, right? I'm mad at Peacock?
Yes.
Okay. Getting over it. I think the blonde, she's on our screen right now. I think she's very high maintenance.
Well, she admitted, she's not unfaithful, but, she has severe wandering eyes.
And then it's why do you wander? Well, she looks at her partner and says, it's because you don't give me what I need. If I was trying really, really hard for someone, because that's what the partner tried to argue, I feel like I do a lot. And she, who hasn't issued the ultimatum, is saying, I would want to see you do more if we were going to get married. So, I wouldn't say yes to you because you don't love me enough. That's the one who hasn't issued the ultimatum saying that. Does she have her current girlfriend under a spell? I think right now this girl is calling her on her shit. Right? This is another example. This is why I paused to be I love that they're giving each other reality checks. One of the girls even said, sorry, I'm not here siding with your ex. Because they call each other their exes now because they're officially not in a relationship. Right. Sorry for siding with your ex. It's no, you're providing outside insight. You're providing your opinion and perspective. And that's what Love Island is missing because they're so afraid to say anything to each other. They're so afraid they're going to be perceived or received in a bad light by America.
That they don't... Oh.
They know, first of all, they know that Hudda is not liked by America. So now they're afraid if they show any emotions or make one wrong move, America hates them. So we've lost... Guys, sorry, I'm back to Love Island now. But we've lost the premise of the show and we can't get it back purely based on society.
TikTok culture.
Right. You're so afraid that social media is going to turn against you that you can't even be yourself. Which last season, everyone was praised for being themselves.
And this season, it's having the opposite effect of what they're thinking. Because, I mean...
Like, shouldn't we watch Huda be real? Like, no, she was troubled.
Well, the way the season is, nobody likes any of these people.
Right. If there has been a genuine spark, we haven't seen it yet.
The only person that's, like, actually felt something was the Sierra, like, her and Nick going through their little rough patch a couple episodes ago. Other than that, I haven't... and we're not counting Huda. And I guess Hannah's outburst when Charlie went home. Or Pepe went home. Well, both. Like, there hasn't been any of these deep conversations that we are witnessing on Ultimatum.
Which, and I know it's meant to be a different vibe. I know it serves different purposes and probably different audiences. But as two mid-elderly millennials, I feel like we make up a good portion of the streaming population. Yes. But we don't make up the majority of the social media population.
Right.
When it comes to, like, trending social media. I mean, are there probably most of us on Facebook? Yes. I still use Facebook.
The level, like, what we've mentioned multiple times on the Love Island podcast episodes, like, the fact that we were 2 weeks in, and Taylor, who I will literally every chance I get say he should be going home, talked to Alandria after 2.5 weeks about, like, hey, what's your favorite color? Oh my gosh, I didn't... Like, are you kidding?
No, the specific example we called them out on, I don't know if it was on the podcast or just between us, because, guys, we actually just talk like this all day long. You are just literally hearing 1 hour of a snippet of what it sounds like in our house all day long. But usually Neal does the talking. He's going to get offended now that I said that. He picks me up from work, and I sit in the passenger seat, and he immediately starts in on sports or politics or pop culture. I mean, within seconds. And you have to understand how overstimulated I am in a classroom with potentially 29 other people, other bodies. I wish I could give you the measurements of my classroom. You would be appalled. That's the one thing I see on teacher TikTok. Y'all, now I'm American. The size of y'all's classrooms in elementary school... That's the way it should be. That alone makes me want to move to America. I mean, do I want to make like $25,000 less a year? No, I really don't. I would have to find somewhere. Okay, I have a question for any teachers out there that have made the move from Canada to the US. And I know it's different from province to province, and I know it's different from state to state because the states and the provinces are responsible for their education. Like, that's the government who runs education. I know President Trump wants there to not even be a Department of Education. So learning is really, well, like, oh gosh, don't get me started on Kourtney Kardashian. Did you see her stuff about homeschool and how school is stupid and why should kids have to go to school?
No.
Like, it's so unnatural for kids. There are so many better ways to learn. Yeah, when your family has like $1 billion, you can probably offer them much more enriching experiences. But what an out-of-touch comment to make. Basically, she's like, the kids send me stuff on homeschooling, and they basically have me convinced. Like, school is so stupid. What is the point of school? Like, spoken like someone who didn't graduate college. Okay, well, you let me rant. And I said, don't get me started. And no one stopped me from getting started.
There ain't no stopping that train.
Apparently not.
Ultimatum.
Old tomato.
We got a quarter of the show left.
The girl with dreads.
Doesn't want to be with her partner.
I called major player
This was good.
And then 2 seconds later, the girl she was talking to said, "Don't play."
You're a prophet.
Or I'm a really good judge of character that I figured it out 10 seconds into listening to her.
Her last conversation with her partner was like, it to me sounded like a farewell.
A breakup?
It did. She's like, you know, she was saying like, the person I'm going to marry, the person I'm going to marry, the person nothing.
Like, it's not you.
Basically. And then once she was done talking, the partner was like, so like, there's a real chance that you're going to like go find someone else. And she was like, yeah, and you might be with someone else too. So like, not
okay. Well, I hope the other side of that couple gets someone who loves her or has an epiphany, because that's not fair. Then there's the couple that's like the blonde and the artsy one, and she talked about how, you know, she's happy with where they are in life. They live together. They have a pet together. Like, they are established. Why do you have to take the next step into marriage? This is a very different situation than the Lebanese woman, because your culture is like, that's going to be something you either have to address or not address, no matter who you're with.
Yes.
But someone who says, I'm happy with the state we're in now, I don't see why we need to get married, that's a classic ultimatum example.
Yeah.
That's okay, but do you love me enough that as your partner, I'm saying marry me or we break up, do you marry me? She could change her mind on marriage for the right person, but should she have to?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, that's how this works.
I think for her, I said this is the perfect show for her, because she's going to get many different perspectives. Like, she asked somebody, like, you know what, she said to somebody, I want to see everyone's perspective on marriage before, like, I have to make a decision.
So even having that insight from outsiders, like, this just feels like such a valuable experience for the people going through this. And I think it works well. Because these people aren't, because they're in committed relationships, they're not just Gen Z trying to get famous. And again, I know, going back to comparing Love Island, I'm comparing dating shows in general. Yes, I understand that the nature of it is to appeal to a younger audience. But I'm looping back around now to the fact that, like, we like both. Millennials like both. Like, if you gave us the Ultimatum Queer Love twice a year and did a guy season, then a girl season, then a guy season, then a girl season, I think the public would watch them all.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Just get rid of the regular version. It's such...
Or bring way more people on.
Yeah.
Like, up the budget so that you bring like 14 of them. So they have 6 people to choose from. Is that too many to keep track of?
The last one had a couple leave at the beginning, so like 2 people were then doing it by themselves, which was just stupid.
Right.
And then there was only like 3 other couples.
Neal's talking about the Ultimatum Straight Love.
Yes, and it was a disaster. One dude like had a mental breakdown.
And it is the least interesting part about this show, is the idea that these committed relationships, really the 2 options on the table are you leave with your partner, your original partner, or you leave alone. I don't think there's anyone from this show who has actually matched with someone and done a couple weeks of dating with them, or a week of dating, whatever it is, because that's the format of the show. If you've never watched The Ultimatum, we should have explained this in the beginning. It's how many? 5 couples?
Is this 5 couples?
I'm going to say it's 5 couples. If we're wrong, I'll get back to you.
I think you're right. Yeah, 5 couples. They split up, and then at the end of the week, you choose someone new. And I thought
out of any of the other people. So this whole week is just like mingling.
And then I thought it was 3
on
weeks.
Vacation.
3 weeks with your new person, 3 weeks with your old person.
Is it really that long?
I thought it was longer than we thought.
So, I mean, you know what? Really, 3 weeks with a new person, if it was love at first sight, or if you didn't actually like your old partner that much, you'd think once in a while those pairs would end up together.
Because I think it's more than a week, but I could be wrong.
Occasionally they have sex and stuff. Like, there's really a spark and a new connection with the new couples. That makes for a juicy season.
Right.
So it's not like it's void of drama. So it still gives us everything. You know, we're still satiated by it. I'm making the feed motion.
Feed me more.
That's what me and Neal do when we look at each other like, nom 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 nom. When the drama's good. Now, we haven't seen any previews for this or anything. I assume there will be one at the end of this episode.
I would hope. Like, they didn't even have a preview on Netflix.
Right. We haven't seen, because it was only advertised for a couple, or no, you would stop on it and there was nothing, right?
It just turned into a picture of the cast.
Do you think they were, like, editing down to the wire?
No.
Or this has been on a shelf for 2 years?
I mean, it's probably...
Netflix, get faster.
They are really slow.
Like, you keep charging us, and I know we're not the first ones to point this out. Obviously, the Stranger Things cast, Ginny and Georgia. We've talked about this before. The kid with the Harry Potter glasses. I mean, he's grown 1.5 feet from one season to the next, and it's supposed to be a couple months later.
Isn't it even like...
Or no, it's like the next day. Or the same day.
15
I think it's
literally...
Yeah. I don't know if it's that bad, but it's seriously that bad.
It's just crazy. Like, From is just starting to film.
That actually breaks my heart.
And
like I felt heart feelings then.
They're not
and it made me sad.
It's
the best show on television. Go watch it. But it's a horror show. Do not watch it if you don't like scary things. Watch it if you like scary things. Neal's so mad right now.
They're not gonna, like, it's not like Stranger Things where it takes them a year to film. They're gonna be done in probably 2 months. But then you have to, so that'll probably come out
post-production
January. But everything takes so, like, you used to be shooting while the previous season was airing. I don't know why.
And you made, like, these, I know we're talking network money. And I know there's a difference between network money and Netflix money. But if the WB could pump out 22 episodes of, like, 6 different shows at a time, like prime time slot shows, what are you guys doing? Even 22 episodes of 22-minute shows like Big Bang Theory. You can film one of those in a week.
Just like when you know a season is renewed. Let's say you renew the season before you start filming, which is done with The Boys, The Bears, or The Bear.
And I mean, sometimes you get more than a season.
Right.
Renewal. You know you get to make 2 seasons, for example.
So, yeah, like The Bear. You get a season is 8, like, 25-minute episodes.
That should have taken 8 weeks to film, at most.
But why does it take a year to
come out?
To get to the point where you start filming, you film for a month, and then it takes another 6 months.
That is a good question. What part of the planning process is so long? Is it the planning? Is it the filming? Is it the post-production? And I bet that answer varies between the show.
I mean, is it the...
I would love to know
that. Look at Batman.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson. He hasn't even turned in a script yet for the new one that he's been working on for like 3 years.
So no one has read a line of dialogue. No, I'm sure that's not true. Someone has seen a draft of something.
No.
Shut up.
James Gunn has been like, he hasn't given me anything. And he's expecting it soon probably, but...
Probably?
He's just going on. Maybe that's it. Maybe the people that are making these shows that are not reality based, it just takes them so long to write them now, and that's why.
Is that the longest part, the writing?
I don't know. I think for like The Boys it is. I think it takes Kripke a long time to write that show. Especially for a last season.
And, like, sometimes you're waiting. Like, sometimes you're Game of Thronesing, putting things off, hoping the author will, like, throw you a bone. Neal just pushed me. We're not even going to talk about that. We're hoping that a new playlist of Call of Duty comes out, and then we're going to play all night. Because they took Chaos Nuketown 24/7 away. But not only did they take away Chaos Nuketown 24/7, people are like, you're speaking in code right now. They didn't even leave a normal Nuketown 24/7.
And they added a firing range 24/7, but it's not Chaos.
We want 10 versus 10 on firing range. So really, like, anything 10 versus 10, I would have been okay with. And there was, right? A small map's Chaos.
Yes.
But some of those maps aren't small enough for me.
No.
I don't like them. I liked the bullet train. We're talking about maps on a Call of Duty game.
But that's not 10 versus 10.
That would be bonkers. You couldn't do 10 versus 10 on that.
I'm pretty
sure
sure it's one of the maps in that.
No, shut up.
I think so.
I would literally just lay down on the top and hope no one came over.
Like, I wouldn't even mind just a regular Nuketown.
No, that's what I mean. If it was replaced with a regular Nuketown, we would have still played all week. Instead, we haven't turned on the Xbox.
Right.
So, like, I hope they're listening. I hope they're looking at their numbers and saying, there's no point in doing another week of this.
There's no doubt in my mind they saw a huge drop-off in multiplayer.
Right, so do you ignore that?
Because people even talked... Every day I checked Reddit, it was like, I can't find a match because no one's playing any of these game types.
Nope. We aren't.
It's like Shipment on the Infinity Ward games. Everyone plays Shipment 24/7.
I actually love Shipment. That's where we fell in love.
Yeah.
On the Shipment battlefield.
Gosh, the best Shipment, though? World War II.
Are you being for real right now?
You sitting in your corner.
The fact... I'm gonna get mad. The fact that you think I camped on Shipment...
No, you can't camp on Shipment.
Right! So it's the ultimate insult to be like, you were sitting in a corner on Shipment. Because yes, you can do that. You could stay inside one of the shipping containers the whole time.
That is such a good place to get knife gold.
I could do that.
Yes, like you could get a gold gun after like 2 games.
I miss Shipment.
Nuketown takes a little bit longer.
I think I like Shipment better than Nuketown.
Oh yeah, because it's smaller and you can...
But in a fun way.
If they had Chaos Shipment...
I think they did have something that had more, didn't they?
Yeah. Like, in Chaos Nuketown, I can get over 100 kills on objective games pretty standard. But on regular Nuketown, I probably couldn't get more than 60.
I can't remember now. 60 is more like what I get on Chaos.
But then we'll have the games where 65 kills and like 95 deaths.
Hey, not me.
No, that's what I would have.
I don't usually die 95 times.
I die a lot because I just kamikaze myself.
No, typically my people are like, are you going to keep talking about video games? Yeah, sometimes. My kill death ratio is under 1. Like, by a lot.
Is it? I'd be surprised.
No, on like classic team deathmatch, it is.
Oh, yes. I mean, overall, I bet it's not.
But here's the thing, guys. I really play the objectives hard. There's no one out there who will have more seconds on the hard point than me. You might be saying to yourself right now, she's wrong, I would beat her. No, you wouldn't.
No.
No, you wouldn't.
I try to get more time than you sometimes.
Neal is much better than me at the game, but he doesn't play the type of game. Like, he snipes more often. He's so quick and observant. Like, he can play the far away game, and that's what he does a lot of times. So, like, naturally, you can't be in the hard point a lot of those times. But he kills so many people that obviously he's still valuable for the team. Me trying to talk you up, even the times you only get 24 seconds.
But I usually get 60 to 70% of your time.
Okay, fair.
But I cannot get...
In the Chaos ones, they've been giving longer, and it's legitimately been like 300 seconds on the hard point. 300 seconds.
Because there's no timer for... Is there a timer for
No,
dominate?
it never ends,
There's
right?
one for hard point, but...
Well, yes, there's one for domination. There has to be.
I don't think
there's not.
Hardpoint only runs if no one is in the hardpoint. So it could it will have to end, but I wonder what the maximum amount of time would be.
We almost played it. Because we got to... Oh, how did it end? Was it a score limit you had to reach? We got to 500, but they were at or we got to 400 something and they were at 300 something. That's 700 seconds. That's a long game. I don't know how long. That's over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's long for one game. A normal team deathmatch doesn't last that long.
We've had a few games end with nukes, which one of our last games, I'm in a rant. It was on Chaos Nuketown. Opposing player, I could tell he was on a long streak. He was literally... I hadn't seen him the entire game, so I knew...
He was being a window camper McGee, right?
Window camper, top level of the house. So I'm like, all right, I'll go take care of this. I climb up the side that people don't usually expect. I get up into their house. I see him. He's in the back room in the corner where you're really camping.
Really? Because, not many people go up there.
Right. I get the
or
jump.
At least I don't.
I get the jump on him. I get multiple... I should have aimed at his head, but I aimed at his chest. I get multiple hit markers, and then someone on their team who must have followed me up kills me from behind, and he gets the nuke 45 seconds later. Yeah. I was so mad.
You were probably... How many kills do you need? 25?
Yeah.
You were probably his 24th kill. That sucks.
I don't think he got...
That soon? So you're
because he probably just got an elimination on me.
Oh, yeah, right. He did. Oh, he wasn't hitting you. Oh, right. He wasn't hitting you. Yeah, you wouldn't have been his elimination. But I'm just comparing. That's probably how many kills away he was.
Oh, so annoying. I'm not really sure, because in old school Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare 2, kill streaks, I believe they counted towards nukes.
There were definitely games where it did. I remember
the earlier ones, and then around Modern Warfare 2 version 2, they stopped. You had to get 25 kills with your gun. I don't know if that's I thought this might be the first game where that's not the case, because it feels like...
No, it's been the case before, definitely. Because there have been kill streaks before that would get people close way too fast.
Yeah, well then...
you have some of the shit in the sky could get you 10 kills. That rumbly thing that comes, I swear that kills the whole team twice.
Oh yeah, that gets you all the way in the house. It's really annoying.
And then spawns you outside, and you can't run into the house fast enough. And then spawns you outside, and you can't run into the house fast enough.
The AC-130 doesn't, because you can get 40 kills with one, and you won't get a nuke. So
that's what I'm saying. There have been other games where kill streaks have been that powerful.
I know you.
So there have to be other games where they don't count.
If you get the hand cannon, so the Desert Eagle kill streak, that counts towards a nuke, but it's because it's a gun.
Interesting coding.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I've gotten a nuke in the original Modern Warfare 2, mostly using a knife and a Desert Eagle, and then a couple in Modern Warfare 2 version 2.
On mission.
Oh, I love that map so much.
I actually liked it too.
I would love a Modern Warfare remastered like they did with... Was it the last Call of Duty Black Ops game that had all the...
Yes.
It was Infinity War that came out with all their old maps, but they didn't include mission. That is such a good map, because you have the mission in the middle, the church, and the narrow...
Oh my god, I didn't get it. I didn't get why it was called mission. So a mission, a church group would go on a mission to a war-torn country to help them believe in God again.
But also the churches in the South are called missions, aren't they?
Oh. Am I just looking really deep into it?
That map was so... And you had, like, the sides, too, that were wide open. It was such a good... Everyone would fight in the middle.
And, like, it was sloped, interesting. Yes, you knew where people were headed. Well, what do I say? I like ones that are just lanes.
Yeah.
What's it called? Lanes?
Well, you want to...
Parallel?
Well, you strive for a three-lane...
Three-lane,
yes.
Map. That's how many. Are we going to talk about the ultimatum?
I mean, we don't really have much left to talk about. We haven't finished the episode.
Okay, we'll come back and tell you about the last 16 episodes. 16
Oh, God.
16 minutes of the first episode. And if we have any perspectives on the season premiere. I mean, preview.
Previews.
Okay, guys. I'm here with you, I promise. Okay, we're back. I was letting Neal sing his Cake and Water song. Hopefully you could hear that even though it was whispering. We're finished the episode.
I'm still mouthing the song. We finished the episode, so they went to, like, a cocktail.
So they're all in the same room, which always so uncomfortable, right? Because you're watching your so-called ex-partner blatantly flirt at the bar with someone else.
Blatantly.
This is why, I just have to emphasize it again. It works so well because there are so many potential combinations. Like, one of the girls said to the other girl, I could really see you with Kyle, though. Talking about her ex-partner.
Yes.
Like, is that weird to say? Yes, it is weird to say. Are you matchmaking your partner right now?
Yeah.
I mean, what if, is this stereotypical to think that queer people would be more likely to have a polyamorous relationship? Like, what if 3 of them get together?
I don't think that's allowed.
I mean, in real life. You can do whatever you want in real life for now. We won't get into that. Don't. I'll get mad.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's always, in every ultimatum season, someone that can't
hack it. They discover it at different times. Usually it's pretty early on. One season, gosh, was that the first season? One season, the super insecure ass of a guy proposes to his girl. Talk about deciding you don't want to do this thing. I'm going to propose. But isn't he the one that offered the ultimatum?
Yeah, and he sees her, like, forming a connection with a dude, and then she accepted the proposal. And
she accepted the proposal, and they left the show. Like, at the initial coupling up, like, when they're sitting at the table deciding who they're going to be with.
It's crazy.
I like the host. I don't know what people's opinion of the host is.
Wife of former Major League Baseball player Nick Swisher.
She seems pretty outgoing. Like, she seems natural in the role.
She did the first season.
Yes,
so.
I don't remember her making much of an impact either way. Like, I don't remember her. But that's the nature of it. I say that too much. That's the nature of it. We don't see the host very much in the show.
Just like Love Island.
This is the type of show that could really go without a host. Because you only really... Well, no, not really. You really need it for, like, the recoupling. But then that's it.
Yeah, you don't.
The first 2 episodes, really.
Yeah.
And then a reunion. Because even when you switch over, I don't think you all get back. Well, sometimes they have we're all seeing each other again, like Love Island, don't they? Like everybody get together? No, not once. Yeah, they go out sometimes, right? Or is that Love Island I'm thinking of? That's Love Island where they go out to bars and stuff while they're doing their living things.
Yeah.
They don't see each other in this.
Right.
Do they?
They do. No, that's Love is Blind.
Yeah, you're not supposed to see each other in this. That's the point. The dude last season, like, goes and knocks on the room door of the girl and the guy they're now with. Like, in the apartment building. We're not talking about, oh, we were all on vacation together. No, we're in our 3-week trial where we've picked someone else, and you're gonna come knock on my door? You are emotionally unstable.
Which, like, he was left alone, so yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, the girl left. Did we talk about this on the podcast?
We just talked about it.
Okay. But she left because he was like, he wasn't going to give her the experience she deserved. Fair enough.
But then she left and got back with her dude, so like...
Yeah, which doesn't... The show didn't work for her, she could say, you know, like, oh, does Love is Blind work for you? Does the Ultimatum work for you? The show didn't work for her. Because she would have had no one... He wouldn't even have been able to be there as a friend for her, because he was so messed up in his own drama.
Yes.
He was in so deep with the girl he was with. I don't think we did talk about this on the podcast, because remember we went on to talk about that you think she's one of the ones who's on this next season of The Perfect Match. Which was filmed 2 years ago, and we already know that one of the couples is engaged and pregnant. And Netflix, why does it take you so long?
Why? It's not like you need CGI.
Seriously, you don't have dragons.
They probably edit it in a week. Like, it's ridiculous. Love Triangles. It's the name of the next episode of this.
I know.
The dude was emotionally unstable because he saw what a surface level connection his ex and this new guy had.
And just spun out.
He spun out. The girl couldn't handle it. Had to leave this, which we didn't really see that.
No, they just like disappeared.
Yeah.
Basically.
And the guy she was with was this... He was not a fan favorite, we'll put it that way.
But then that ruined the girl he was with, her experience as well.
Which then him and her tried connecting, but she was like...
Wow, he is psycho.
Yeah, and then he was like, well, I'm an artist, so like it's okay.
And she called him on his shit at the reunion, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and he was in a new relationship, so...
Oh, yeah.
That whole...
Yeah, so there's who's doing it. Is it... Oh, what's her name? I was doing so well with names.
Who? What?
The one who wears her hair in a bun.
Megan with 2 A's.
Megan. Is she the one who wants to quit?
Yes.
And so she's sitting down talking to her partner right now, being like, 3 weeks though, like 3 weeks with someone else. There are things that if you do them... will be unforgivable because you're living together as a couple. And like I said, yeah, they've had sex before. Some maybe haven't had sex, but have at least kissed.
And also...
You're considered broken up.
Here's the thing. In the, like, cocktail hour...
Yeah.
She didn't talk to anybody.
No.
She was forced to talk to the other person that's probably going to quit.
Because this is the other thing. So many variables. What are the chances that all people couple up evenly? And not, oh, really, that I'm into... Or 2 people are into the same person. And there's a chance that no one is going to choose some of the people. That's not an option in this. So it does suck if you're like the leftovers... Like, hey, I'm the one that no one connected with, so I'll be stuck with the other person who no one connected with, and we haven't connected with each other. But you can still make it a valuable experience for that person.
Still learn about each other and
100%.
talk and experience things and make a lifelong friend. Which
so wholesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't actually leave and they just end up...
Well, the way she says it, it's like the fact that it went on to a conversation that was more about basically saying, you know, if you have sex with the person you're with... I don't think I would not be able to get past that.
She was given the ultimatum, though, right? Or yeah, because she's the Belarusian.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So she was given the ultimatum. So she's basically giving an ultimatum right back.
Well, cause yeah, she's scared, and that's the thing. I think the girlfriend is gonna be like, I promise I won't have sex. Or like, you tell me what line not to cross and let's make that agreement now. I'm hoping that's just what the conversation is, and I think you're right that they stay after having that conversation. I think it's good to show that conversation because sometimes, especially on the version with the men and the women, the men that do step over a line when there has been an explicit line made I don't want to hear you talk about, well, I just embraced the experience. If you as a couple said no sex, but you can do everything else, and that's exactly what you did, then you can say those were the rules we set out. But then also, I know a lot of times girls are getting angry because guys have, say, kissed the girl. And maybe they said they were okay with the kiss. But are they really okay with a kiss? That's where the drama comes from a lot. Is I pretended that I'd be okay if you took a little bit of leeway. But if you take one step too far, I'm going to hold it over your head for the rest of infinity.
Mr. Painter was like, okay, I flipped out because you guys kissed. Were there any other times? And they both lied to him, like, repeatedly. They're like, oh, yes, we kissed again. Then he's like, okay. And then in the reunion, there was another kiss that they didn't tell him about. So this dude just... That's what happens on these, at least in the regular version.
So, like, it's still spicy.
Someone doesn't tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Right. But it's on camera.
Yes. It always comes out.
So, love triangles. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my students gave me, like, an individual-sized cake that was iced to look like a pencil, and I'm going to eat the heck out of it right now.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, guys, happy almost weekend. Happy officially summer has started. Happy, like, the meteorical summer, like it's past June 21st. Happy...
Meteorological summer?
Do you expect me to word right now?
Meteorical? Is there a meteor coming towards the earth? Ah.
Meteorological?
Look at this cat hair.
Oh, God, what a rump. Okay. Thank you for listening. As always, please rate, like, subscribe, comment, follow, listen, share, comment, rate, review. Bye.
Bye.